now.
You're
Huachuma Wasi star.
I'm gonna be famous now.
You know? Okay, you can think about
No, I know what I'm gonna say.
what you want to say
gonna
while
say.
I do this to myself.
Okay.
So you have another minute
Okay. No, I know.
To
what I'm gonna say
meditate.
now. I know what I'm gonna say now.
on
I know what I'm
the
gonna say.
wisdom.
Yeah.
You know? It was good interview we just had.
Are we live right now? Or
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Recorded.
live. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Okay, let me know. Give me the heads up next time.
The hair looks perfect.
Yeah.
Neat.
You look good, man.
Thank you.
Would you like some Jaguar or Parica? What would you like, guys? This is Jaguar.
Maybe Jaguar for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, just a
Grounding.
grounding. Jaguar energy.
Okay. You want Parica for?
What is break again?
That's what we do in the ceremonies. The seats.
Open the
Open division.
division.
Okay. So would you like some Jaguar? Yeah, and then we just took a few minutes, you know. Just basically, you know, you brought them here. So how you feel now after we done the work? How do you feel about your friends being here and just maybe a few words on that?
Yeah,
But
sure.
good morning.
Buenos dias.
Don Miguel.
Yeah?
Very good. Okay, now I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, are you gonna do happy first or?
Yeah, when you because the
Rotate.
time you
Oh,
need
okay.
to rotate. So can you
Okay.
speak from
now?
there?
I'll speak from there.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, let's speak from there.
Or maybe speak a minute here and then we rotate?
Yes.
As you like.
Yeah, we do. It's
Okay.
fine. We have a few minutes.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
sure.
okay.
So,
By the way, sorry. Guys, you need a car to Cusco?
Yeah.
Perfect, because the new guest arriving at noon.
Okay.
So you take the same car. I will take him to. Well, he's just arriving now in Cusco, so he'll be here in an hour. Do you want to hang out for an hour and then get another
We
guy?
have to organize the
Yeah, we can talk. It's like perfect. And then he come like
it's
12:30. You take the same car. You go to Cusco.
Yeah,
Perfect.
now it's fine.
Yeah, another hour. Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll just rewind a little bit
Yeah.
and start from my first time here in 2014.
They're the oldest. Guys, this is the oldest Huachuma Wasi. I mean, we had people before that, but the one who returned kind of, it's been a long, we had people here 15 years ago, but
Okay.
the one who came 3 times, like very serious, like committed, that you are one of the oldest Huachuma Wasi guests.
Beautiful.
So
Do
that's-
you do badges around here?
Budget.
Extra
I want it
Rafael.
in this. I want it
Yeah, I
it's
can.
recorded, but I want like something, it's like
Excellent.
I want like
Yeah.
maybe
Medal.
a hand,
Medal,
Yeah.
Huachuma medal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come
Huachuma
on.
medal.
That's a good idea. Yeah, come on.
Huachuma medal. So
10
one
years,
Huachuma
man.
cactus is like what? One
Oh,
deployment in Huachuma
decade,
Wasi?
one decade.
Or one decade?
One decade.
Or one
Huachuma.
cycle?
Was this your first crazy Aussie? Or-
No,
From Australia.
no. I came to medicine seeking truth. I
Yeah.
didn't come like.
Yeah, but from
Yeah, no.
Australia, I don't remember I had people from Australia 10 years ago.
You were first.
But not first crazy.
No,
Crazy,
not
no.
crazy.
It's
Crazy,
just
no.
figure of speech.
It's a figure.
Oh, because
Yeah,
You were not
no,
crazy. You're
no,
actually
no,
you're
but
the
then you have to
normal
explain.
one.
It's like,
You're the
you have to
normal.
explain because they're gonna think I'm crazy. You have to tell them what's been going on. You know?
No, just the figure of speech. Joke.
No,
joke.
you're
Joke,
like
joke.
the same as Australia.
Yeah.
That's like okay. That's two
That's a
badges.
badge.
That's
That's
two
a
badges.
badge.
The same
Same.
from Australia and a decade.
Yeah.
It's like, are you
Two
kidding me?
cactus?
Two
I
cactuses.
think so, you know.
Yes,
I think so.
Sorry.
what kind of
I
cactus?
think so.
You know, okay, let me think about it. I'm still working on Huachuma flag.
You're gonna think about that?
Man, I promised one guy from UK. It's like I tried, nobody could make a flag. I got busy, but hey, I remember. Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
I remember
It's
Huachuma
on
flag.
record, so good.
It's
okay.
important. We need Huachuma flag.
You've got your color, so
I
that's
know,
the
but we need
color,
actually
and then-
someone to
someone put it together.
weave the flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a serious
Like
thing.
when you go
yeah,
moon,
yeah.
you put
And then we
this,
put everywhere on the moon, on Australian farms.
the ionosphere, in the ionosphere.
I understand.
Australian beach.
Huachuma flag. It's like
That sounds like a
we are
plan.
taking over the world
Totally.
in a good way.
Yeah, in a
You
good
know what I
way.
mean?
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Why don't I get a start on the flag?
A star on the flag.
That's
Just
the
like
flag.
We need to know weaving. Actual weaving.
Yeah.
Actually, let me talk to people here who weave this, all this textile. They can weave it, yeah. Because all the people, all these mamitas, who make all this artisania,
Yeah.
they make all this
Like
Inca
they
stuff
can
and
make
all this like old,
Yeah.
you know, what can you make for cactus?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's an
Yeah.
idea to work on
Okay.
Yes.
later, on the list to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me something about like bringing people here, like why?
Yeah, so 2014 was my first time here. It was honestly like that was literally awakening. That was like my life is pre 2014 and post. Like that's literally was an epoch. You know?
The pivotal.
That was complete awakening. I went back home. Transformational time. So much so that I didn't actually. I had to come back in 2017 just to confirm.
That wasn't a dream. This
it's
was
like,
real.
what happened in Peru, you know? And I was like talking to the elder, just asking. I was like, you know, I needed confirmation. So I came back 2017.
Sí, normal. Normal.
I came back 2017. We did 6 months here. 6 months medicine.
But what was the first time?
First time was like, I think it was like 4 weeks.
So you just came from, and that was enough.
That was like, that just cracked me up.
And you coming from a religious background.
I had religious background, but I was at a turning point in my life because I was working in the medical field and I was in Brazil before that, and I was in the World Cup, and I was telling Mr. Ian actually I was in one of the games at the World Cup.
Of what?
The Soccer World Cup.
You were
2014
playing?
in Brazil. No, I went to watch.
Oh, the watch.
Yeah, I went to watch the Brazil World Cup. I had quit my job, and I remember being in one of the games. By the way, soccer had always been a sport that I played all my life. So to be at the World Cup in Brazil with the Australian team playing, this was like ultimate dream.
Yeah.
And I had like, during the game, I was like, I had this moment of absolute emptiness.
That's powerful.
Absolute
Like
emptiness.
the dream.
The dream.
The dream,
dream.
man.
I had my friends there. We were drinking alcohol. I had my shirt off, screaming with all the
Screaming.
friends. I'm like screaming,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, man, I
That's insanity.
feel like, I don't know, I'm in the middle of the jungle. Like the game was in Manaus, in Brazil. I was in the jungle. It's like, man, something does not feel right here at all. That was probably the most scariest time of my life, because when you're at the peak, you know, you have a good work, family is good, you're in Brazil World Cup, you got a little bit of money saved in the bank, you're a free agent, and it's like you're feeling absolute emptiness. So this was 26. I had my midlife crisis.
26 years old.
I was 26. My midlife crisis, I had a little bit
Earlier. Yeah.
So way led to way, eventually I ended up in Peru. I took my time because I knew the spiritual marketplace, in particular with the psychedelics, was booming. And in Peru I felt like I was so long story short, I ended up in Talca. Someone recommended me to met you. I came with reservations, as you do. Like I have like all these.
And that's the first time plant medicine.
That was first time plant medicine.
Or any psychedelic.
I mean marijuana, but it went from marijuana to ayahuasca. Like that was massive.
Yeah.
That's a massive.
Yeah, of course.
But like that
Different
was.
world.
That was a big challenge for me because coming from again religious background and from the medical
And
industry,
Which are both
like
against.
exactly that's like
Against.
2 layers of mind control.
Yeah.
One layer of mind control is religion, and the other mind control
The
was
whole medical
the
science.
medical side, and then the culture of like the Western world around psychedelics. So
Stigma.
that's a big stigma. So for me to come and do psychedelics, this was like that was a big deal for me. However, when you're at the lowest point in your life, you're willing to take a leap. So I took that leap, and it was like. However, so
And then, so 2017.
so 2017 came back to confirm my experiences. We spent 6 months here, and that was powerful. It was very powerful. I would actually say that time, like in hindsight, that 6 months in 2017 prepared me for the 2020 pandemic. Like that was my insurance.
Preparation, yeah.
That was my preparation.
Training.
That was my training. Like I was like
To keep your mind
I was
intact.
like totally awake during that whole time. It was still challenging. I still like suffered a lot during that time.
But you made it with
But I just
sanity and
made it
connection,
through. Like I made it
Because
through.
you've been connected
I was connected. I had connection to self. Like I was locked down, but I was still had myself.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
everything was taken
Exactly.
away from you,
You have you.
but you still have self.
You have you.
I had self, so that was the most important thing. Again, still challenging, still hard. I made a point to be in nature, like I was at the beach at one point, I was in Bega, like I was on country. During that time, I made a very strong point to be in nature, but I think, again, my time here reinforced the power of being in nature. Like that was my savior. And that time in Peru.
I write this in the book now. You just confirmed in real time exactly what I wrote in some of the latest books. I'm not sure, maybe the Campus of Sanity. I started all this, telling people, guys, you need nature in your life to prepare for world madness.
Exactly.
It's like that what gives you what you need to survive through mind control and oppression and all this stuff.
Totally.
As you just said,
Totally.
everything can be taken away,
Totally.
but not yourself.
No, it's not yourself, exactly.
That's the power of this
I
world.
remember actually we had that conversation in Sermon in 2015. I remember 17.
Yeah, before.
I remember
You
very-
remember that?
I remember-
I put it in the book.
Okay.
Our experience in the second book. You didn't read the
Oh.
Masculine Confession?
No, but which part of the experience?
You don't remember what happened
We had a
first
lot of
when we saw-
conversations. Which one?
No.
Oh,
You don't
when
remember
we
the
saw-
whole
no,
vision
that
of
was-
the future?
That
You
was
were there.
crazy.
And I put it in the second
That was
book. I didn't say the name.
crazy.
But that was like, hey,
crazy.
my
That
phone
was
rings and I
crazy.
feel the whole thing. It's like the whole world. It's like,
That
oh
was
my god,
crazy.
like all the
That was a
future.
heavy sermon.
That was heavy to shake
heavy.
off for like a week.
That was a heavy sermon.
I
remember that.
That's
that
the
was
Masculine
heavy.
Confession, second book.
Oh, okay.
I included it there.
Yeah, beautiful.
So maybe you want to read it to kind of get the flashback into this time of your life, and kind
Uh-huh.
of now you are here. It will be very, very
okay.
interesting to
Sure,
reread.
Sure. Yeah, I remember also another conversation we had around like, if around like having sovereignty over your own mind,
It's all in my books.
having sovereignty over your own
Yeah.
mind. Like,
Yeah.
sure they can lock you down, but if you are free in your mind, then
They
they
can
can
lock
take your body, but
you
they
know
can't
what I
take
mean?
your soul.
Exactly. Exactly, and that's super important.
Yeah.
In the world we live, this is real.
No, that's like
This is like-
that's essential. You
This is
have
like
everything. If you don't have that, everything you have means nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. You can be in the World Cup, soccer, Brazil, and you just feel like, man,
That's
the
a powerful
scariest.
story.
That's the scariest. That is the most scariest. I'm glad I had that early,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's like on the other side of the world, and you're like,
But how do you feel all these actors like who committed suicide, who reached
Yeah.
like Brian Williams? It's in my book too.
yeah,
The guy reached the whole fame, money.
Yeah.
Everybody know who this guy is. It's like he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like the star,
Yeah,
one of the stars,
yeah.
and the guy just killed himself.
yeah.
Because it's all empty.
Yeah.
It's all empty. You have
Yeah,
all this
yeah.
fame and
Yeah,
so what? You
yeah,
have
yeah.
like 1 million followers.
Totally.
But it's like it means nothing.
Totally.
If you don't have real
No, totally.
connection
Totally,
to
totally.
yourself, to
Exactly.
spirit,
Exactly,
real.
exactly.
It's all empty, man.
Empty.
And you have this experience.
Mhm.
It's the
Yeah.
same experience.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just different
Yeah,
decoration.
totally.
You're not like a movie star, but it
No,
doesn't matter.
totally.
It's the dream.
Yes,
It's
yes,
the
yes.
like, oh wow, that's the
Exactly.
end of the road.
Totally.
And here I am, famous and rich, and
Yeah.
I'm like depressed and suicidal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think this is a beautiful thing to speak to also like in religious circles or spiritual groups. Because of that, people are deterred away from money because they think money is an evil thing. However, the distinction now is, no, if you have self and then from self you have abundance, then that's
It's
beautiful.
amazing.
And that's a beautiful teaching here and about
Yeah.
you being a spiritual leader here, which you're all for abundance, but in touch with self as well. First. Then
First.
abundance.
Then about
Then abundance. First
You know,
self,
man.
then abundance.
But that's exactly what Christ was saying. Seek
Seek
the
first the kingdom.
the kingdom of heaven,
God.
and the rest will be added.
Added.
I don't quote much, I'm not rich person, but this is
no, but it's the truth.
It's
the
truth.
same, It's the truth.
It's the
Totally,
truth. It's like yes, it's the truth. That's exactly what I was seeking. And then abundance come with it. We're coming from that man.
Totally.
Like when I started Huachuma Wasi, we didn't have money to eat chicken in town. Cooking
Yeah.
rice home.
Yeah.
Little baby,
Yeah.
I'm like a new,
Yeah.
trying to build my life here in Peru, no
Exactly,
money, nobody
exactly.
knows me. It was like hard.
Yeah,
That was hard.
I've copped a lot of criticism from family and stuff, like big, 36-year-old male, I have traditional family, 36-year-old male, haven't established myself in the Western world, and I get criticized for, why don't you want family? Why don't you want this? Why do you want that? I was like, guys, I do want these
Of course I
things, but I need to be connected to my path.
Yeah.
And from connection to my path,
Exactly.
then I can have these things. It's not that I don't want
Little
these
way.
things. It's like the life that you're asking me to live means I have to sacrifice a big part of my soul and a big part of my realizations. And I'm not willing to do that.
And that's empty. And that's empty for the rest of your life.
And then you bring the next generation into that emptiness too, and you just keep
Yeah. Keep the
perpetuating.
cycle.
You keep perpetuating that
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
It's like a continuation of, in my words, modern day slavery, really.
Absolutely.
Modern day slavery.
Absolutely.
Modern day slavery.
That's exactly how I saw it, and that's exactly why I didn't want to do things that I'm doing now. Because first I want to establish my connection with myself and spirit. That's it. And then from this connection, build my life, my family, my earthly life. And that's why I'm happy today. Because it's the right order. If you do it in the wrong order, it will be very hard to reach happiness. Because you already kind of, you can be trapped in the wrong relationship, can be very toxic. It can be like empty, and then you kind of enslaved by the circumstances and become just a bee worker for the rest of your life without joy. You know what I mean? It just has to be right. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If we have time, I just want to speak to as well, like the power of intuition as well, because this work, the soul search or the spiritual path, it's not like you can learn it in university or you can read it in a book. It's such an arduous task because you're following a guide that it's not like you can type it in Google Maps. It's like you're following an invisible call. And everything, all odds are speaking against you, but inside the feeling is so strong. The feeling was so strong.
The knowing.
The knowing was so strong, and it was like, sure, everything around me seems like, no, you need to be done. But inside, like the pull was very strong.
Very important, and that's the key. What you just said. The key for everything. It's key for life. I speak for listening to your inner voice, listen to your intuition, because that is your guide. That is your guide to happiness. You start listening to people around who speak from their heads, you'll be confused like them.
So I need to acknowledge the work that you do here, the work that we do here is really, lot of medicine circles are like sitting around in circles, singing songs, kumbaya, hugging trees. I mean, this is good and nice, but the emphasis here is on silence. To train silence, to train listening. Like we sit by the river, it's like all day in silence. So when you leave, you have this training to be comfortable, to be in your silence, and that
And listen.
to your heart. So you don't just leave. It's like 3 weeks, thank you very much, tea. No, you go home. You're like, I have good training in being itself. I don't need to do asanas. I don't need to do meditations. My yoga is like, it's an ongoing yoga. It's an ongoing meditation.
Yeah.
It's an active meditation.
Moment to moment meditation. I meditate right now. Talking to you, listening to the wind, watching mountains, I don't need to close my eyes and
Totally.
I do it with eyes open.
Yeah.
Or closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, how we got here? How we got here?
Yeah, but we need to kind of, we need to,
How we got
We
here?
need to do
Man, we didn't finish.
yeah, we need to keep going here.
Should I tell
need to
the
wrap it
story?
up.
How we got here?
Yeah, but
Can we tell the story how we got
can we
here?
change?
Change?
We change because, we need to keep going.
likes
And
to
the
change.
car
He
is
likes
coming.
to attention.
I feel like
Keep on going.
It's going.
Yeah, we need to,
Okay, here, look.
yeah, okay.
This
That's
is what
okay.
we do.
That's fine. Keep
Okay.
talking.
You're
but
gonna
moving.
be part of
Okay.
circle.
Okay.
So what do
Which
you
one
think?
was like Parika or Jaguar?
Parika, so jaw grounding
Yeah,
and
Parika is
strength.
more-
Parika, psh, psh.
Okay. Let's do the.
That's Lika.
Okay.
That's what we do in ceremony. That's what we do in
yeah,
ceremony.
beautiful.
So how you brought them here?
Okay, so I just want to say, so, after all this medicine work and you go back to Matrix, that's like,
Yeah, how you feel? That's important.
after all that work, you go back to Matrix. Honestly, the best way to sum it up is like, which book? Dancing in Hell? Which one was this
Yeah,
one?
that would
Which
be-
one was it on?
Well,
Third book?
that's fourth.
Fourth book. Okay, so the
Yeah,
book title
that's
is
fourth.
Dancing in Hell with Eyes Wide Open. Like that literally, since 2014 to now, I cannot say that any better. That's like you
That's
literally,
the
after
description.
all that medicine work, dancing in hell with wide open.
That's the description.
That's like spot on.
Like the title itself
That just
encompasses
sums it
the
up.
whole,
That sums it up.
the whole
That sums
journey.
it up.
You know. I think it's a very important book. Good.
Settle so gently in.
Okay. So what you were saying?
So, it's
You
like
can close the Ivan, so it's like a lot of wind, so we can hear. Yeah, close it. This is good. Yeah, just put your hands here on the table, so we can hear.
Yeah, so I mean, like 10 years in the Matrix and doing medicine work on and off, it's like I just felt, and I was telling Mr. Angelica yesterday, I was always searching for Peru. I was always longing for Peru. And everywhere I went, I was still doing medicine by myself, like I have some San Pedro's growing at home and taking some powder and going out. Everywhere I was going, I was like, where's the mountains? Where's the mountains? I was just constantly searching and yearning for the mountains. When your soul is touched so deeply here, like the medicine, the mountains, the way of life, your leadership, when it touches your soul that deeply, it felt like nothing else, no matter what I did, could reach that level of depth. There was nothing that could penetrate me that deeply. So it doesn't matter what I did, it was like, okay, that's nice, but that's just not hitting home. It's not reaching the soul, it's not reaching the self. Sure, I had practices, yoga, meditation, body work, but this was that was just the container to hold what I was feeling very deeply within.
Come on, Mosita, my princess. My princess. Come here, sit with me. Sit with me. Come here. Who brought you that? That's you, bro? From
Koala,
Australia?
yeah.
Koala?
Koala. Koala bear.
Koala bear. It's a
Koala
bear?
It's a bear, yeah. Like your platypus socks.
Koala.
It's like a.
She loves it. She sleeps with that.
It's-
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's
Beautiful.
platypus is the animal with the
Yeah.
beak of the duck. That's the socks you got, and you got a koala
Oh, she loves this koala.
from Australia.
Yeah, be with us here. We won't finish here.
You comfortable with us?
Of course,
Yeah.
she loves to do it. You know? So what you were saying?
Yeah, so I mean, to wrap it up, like with that feeling as well, I often found myself since 2014 telling people that they need to come to Peru.
Yeah.
That was my message. Like that was my fundamental. That was my essential message. Like come to Peru and specifically Huachuma Wasi. Like that was literally like whenever there was someone that was inclined to listen. Like obviously I wasn't like everybody. Like
Yeah,
people who are
bullhorning that.
receptive. People who are receptive.
You know?
Whoever I found was receptive and was in need of healing, that was like, if you want healing, which is why I sent one of my friends, you know, he was in like he was almost at his end, and I was like, listen, Michael, tell me what I need to do, man. I'm like, do you want me to be real with you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you need to go to Peru and start at Huachuma Wasi and take it from there. Like start here, and from there you'll be guided. And you know, it's like how many years on antipsychotic medications, you know.
Yeah.
Became
That-
yeah,
literally.
yeah,
Like literally, there was no person. No person. And actually, I was doubting that I can even help. That's like, that's very rare happens, like rare. But he was the one I saw like, maybe he's the one. Maybe he's the one I can help. Like for a week I was thinking this.
yeah,
Or maybe for 2 ceremonies. On the 3rd ceremony I thought, oh okay, we can work. But you know, in the beginning it's like, I don't know if that's workable.
yeah, yeah,
You know, it's went beyond.
yeah.
So
Yeah, he was a hard case, but it's
Hard
like,
case.
man, if you were serious about your healing, like you need to quit your job and just you need to get to Peru like ASAP. That's if
Yeah.
you're serious. If
yeah,
you're not,
well, if you want to leave, yeah, I think it's pretty serious.
so really that was my main thing, you know, just guys, if you're serious like about healing, then you need to get to the mountains. And so I did share that with Angelica. I met Angelica. I did a course, a Zen Thai. It's like it's a mixture of remedial and Thai massage. So we did this bodywork course, and it really complemented my work with yoga, because it just, you know, I left the medical field. It was another source of income. It kept me in the space. I didn't have to go and pack boxes anywhere. It just kept me in.
Yeah.
Incense, candles,
Yeah.
music, low lights. It just kept me. And I also used the Zen Thai. It wasn't actually, the Zen Thai wasn't even for me about the bodywork. It was actually another modality to be able to sit with people one-on-one and connect with them. It was like, you're coming to me because you have pain. You're going to leave away with something more than you expected, which is a path. You know, it wasn't about the bodywork for me. It wasn't that. It was like, let's sit down and let's talk face to face, you know. So that's what Zen Thai was for
So
me, you know.
much more essential.
Essential. That was what it was.
Yesenia, por favor, aumenta leña ahí, no hay leña. En mi olla. ¿En mi olla puedes aumentar?
So yeah, I communicated that to Angelica. I'm like, Angelica, you need to come and meet Sergey.
Yes.
Russian
To Russian.
spiritual.
I'm Ukrainian. but
Ukrainian.
Well,
yeah.
it's the same language.
I'm
man.
partially Ukrainian too, like my ancestors from like before.
But it's the same language, man.
Same.
We can,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we left, it was Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
yeah.
was one country.
Yeah,
Okay.
Soviet Union.
So
it was
Okay.
one unit.
It's one
Okay,
unit.
it's one unit.
Soviet Union.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
But the same language,
The same language,
connection,
same language.
same
Yeah, no,
background.
for
yeah,
sure,
Yeah,
speak
yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm like, you need to come meet Sergey.
It was special for me.
Spiritual gangster.
Yeah.
He has
Spiritual
he
gangster.
has bazookas of love.
we got nukes.
And we all needed
We
it.
got
We all
nukes.
needed it.
Everyone,
yeah.
like,
We got the whole
It
army
It was
there.
perfect.
perfect
You got the
time.
nukes
Yeah,
here.
perfect timing.
and I think Angelica really could sense the truth from what I was saying. I could feel, you know. But this was like years ago. But I didn't actually think it was going to eventuate until earlier this year. I was it was Holy Week for us. You know, I still connect with my community because my relatives, and I connect
Yeah,
with the
everybody's there.
songs. Like I still appreciate the ancient songs and the practices and the mantras. Like I appreciate that. Like I'm not that, but I appreciate that.
That's
I very
fine.
much appreciate that. So during that week, I just came to me in that week, man, you need to take a group to Peru. Like I had that realization there. I had given up on Peru because last year, you know, I left and was like, I had, you know, a little bit of, I needed to get back to Australia, but I absolutely gave away the
Yeah, it
Peruvian
was
dream.
incomplete.
It was incomplete, but at that stage I said, no, I think Peru, like, it's not for me. But I went back and the burn was still there. So I had to come back, and I had that inside bring a group. So I reached out to Angelica, and Angelica was like, okay, you know, like
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
make this happen.
Yeah.
You know, we can make this happen.
Thank you.
And
for
that's like
reaching
what
out.
3 years later
That was 3 years
after you told her.
That's all, yeah.
Yes.
You see, that's the importance of spreading putting the seeds. Like that's how you sow the seeds, and then if they grow,
They grow,
if
yeah.
if the soil is fertile, it will grow into
Yeah,
tree.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like really,
Yeah.
and that's the results,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
the healing, and that's the
Yeah.
healing. You know,
Amazing.
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
And it's amazing, I have to say, to do it in the country of Peru, where the source is,
totally,
where the
totally.
connection
Yes.
is,
No, no,
with
totally.
an
It's here.
ancient
Totally.
ceremonies.
cultural.
It's a cultural.
Totally.
For
It's
me,
a
it was so
culture.
important.
Totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
it's like this is
it was like,
cultural
wow.
phenomena.
Yes,
Totally.
exactly.
I'm connecting you to the ancient,
Yeah.
thousands of years old
Yeah.
tradition.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
This
so
is serious
amazing.
stuff.
Serious.
Yeah,
This is not
This
just
is
taking
serious.
medicine somewhere.
Exactly,
You know what I mean? This
yeah.
is here.
yeah, yeah.
How Australian
Connecting.
says here.
Yeah.
This is here and
Yeah.
now. And I like the other
I've
one.
still got Russian
Cacao.
accent.
Cacao. Learn some Australian.
That's nothing like
You know?
While I went for a walk.
Cacao.
Yeah. As for Ian as well, Ian, you know, we had a chat on the phone before coming, and yeah, Ian expressed that he was seeking something different. You know, just need something to just, you know, mix things up. And I think that's the power of actually leaving your home. I mean, if you do ceremony in Oz, you drive an hour, you come back, and you're in the same place.
Exactly.
You're with the same circle of friends. You go back to the
And
same
it's not the same
habits.
medicine.
The
It's
same
not
It's not the
routine.
same medicine.
Mhm.
Here, you're completely pulled away from your normal environment.
Mhm.
You're injected with a new way of life, a new way of being. You're away from all
Energy.
your habit, the energy here. So then you leave with a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
And yeah,
Beautiful.
so
Yeah.
that's pretty much
Mm.
how we ended up here.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
2 more people found truth,
Yes.
true connection, path. You know,
Path.
so
Yeah,
path's
path.
very important.
Yeah.
You know, the important realizations that thanks to your time here became possible for them. That's why it's important to share this, because you never know who will resonate and how they can change people's lives, and the healing that can be received, and the spiritual guidance. I mean, you know, it's like that's how I see it. That's how I saw it. It's like I was initiated into it, and I thought like, man, this is way too big for one person. I can be the ambassador, I can be the tool, the vehicle, whatever you like to call it, the medium, but this is like, this is so big. It's like there is no way I can contain all this love and joy. I have to share this. You know, it's like I'm getting healed in it. I'm getting benefits as I go, so I don't need to worry about myself. I'm taken care of. But sharing further, this is it just felt like a right way. It's like a service to humanity. So that's why it's important to share. I share in my way. I turn it into my lifestyle.
Yeah.
By sharing with the right people, it's like you are helping them.
Yeah.
You don't know how, when, maybe in 5 years.
Yeah.
But the person is very low, wants to kill himself, and then Peru, okay, maybe I do it. And I had people like this, like last chance, last resort.
Yeah.
Boom, still kicking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, still alive and happy.
And
so
it's good to have that
life savings.
network
Of course,
between,
of your
like,
people.
us and spreading the word out where we're going. Each time we feel that moment where we could share, it's important to share this
It's
beautiful
important.
experience. Yeah,
Share, but also feel it inside, like you know who you can share with.
exactly.
A
in the right
person who
moment
is
to,
spiritually
ready.
oriented, ready for truth, ready for something real.
That's right.
You
that's
know,
right.
it's like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
this is something to really, you know, it's a way to find answers.
Yeah.
Your answers,
Yeah.
your answers. That's it's so valuable. This is like so valuable. It's like for people who walk spiritual path, they understand that.
Yeah.
It's like people who like spend 20 years in India somewhere, or like you know in some calls. It's like you know, like I was, and it's like, man, finding your answer. This is all we wanted. This is all I wanted when I moved to America. You know, it's like you know to follow this spiritual thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like I wanted my answer,
Yes. Yes.
and
yes.
now. And of course, I didn't get any answers because there were no answers. There were only brainwashing and indoctrination.
Yes,
I'm like,
yes,
guys,
yes, yes.
you're not giving me answers here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're giving me something to believe in. It's like you're giving me a belief
Yeah,
system
belief
that I have to believe.
Believe it's not a knowing.
It's not answer. It's not answering any of my answers.
Not finding
It's
yourself
just like,
here.
hey, I'm not finding anything here. It's like. That's why I kept looking. That's how I got to shamans in Peru and the whole thing, you know. And it's all in the first book, Path,
Yeah,
Seeking
I'm
Truth
reading
in
it
the
now.
World of Lies.
Finishing Path.
Yeah, that's the whole story
Beautiful, detailed story. Yeah.
Yes.
Really enjoy it.
there. So that's the whole point of here. You find I'm creating an environment in which you can find your answers. This is like priceless, guys. It's not that I'm giving you my answer. I can share you my experience too. We can chat. But you find your answer, that's
I
powerful,
think
man.
that's the essential.
That's the
I think
key.
that's the essential role of a guru or spiritual guide is not to say follow me, but to
Follow
the,
you.
The guru
I want
within-
you to
the-
follow
the
you.
guru within me is going to activate the guru within you. That's
Exactly.
like the true essence of
Beautiful.
discipleship or or guruship.
Using my
whatever. It's
light
like
to light your
activate
candle.
light. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
That's what it is,
That's
man.
what
Yeah,
it- that's
yeah.
And I'm not calling myself anything. That's just
No,
like I'm
no,
not calling
no,
myself.
No, but it's true.
It makes me sick to even like. You know what I mean? Like I'm an ex-cult.
Yes.
You know, man, but it's like I'm the antidote for cult and all this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Worshipping people and all this. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm the poison for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm the medicine for others who been
Yeah.
poisoned
Yeah.
by them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The glitch in the matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am
That's
the
the
glitch in the
glitch.
matrix.
You're the glitch.
Huachuma Wasi, the glitch in the matrix. Oh, that's a good title.
That's a good
Title for this
for the
video.
new book. For the new book.
That can be too, but right now, maybe for this video. Huachuma Wasi, the glitch in the matrix. Bro, I'm going to put, and I'm going to make it 100 interview with guests.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
beautiful.
good.
That's
Because
very, that's
I'm
very
thinking like
symbolic.
I'm 98 now.
Oh, that's
Yes.
very
And
symbolic.
then we
So
got
close,
this, and I
so
thought, okay,
close.
who is going to be 100? That's a special man.
That's a badge.
And I thought, that's a
worth
badge. You wanted the badge today?
Yeah.
You got one.
100.
What? If you got what?
Yeah.
You
he
wanted the
the
badge today,
No, I
remember?
want a real badge. Come on.
But that's also,
gonna be
it's a
badge.
100
Yeah, but
interview.
that's an extra badge.
Ah, you just want to like a feel.
Come on,
touch
just
it,
like-
touch it, touch it.
Okay, but we don't have the other one yet. Okay, let me work
In
on
the
that.
process.
In the process, but this is like
That's
real
beautiful.
happening.
Okay,
Yeah.
Real happening.
That'd
I
be
will
amazing.
post the interview first, so it will be like 98 or 99.
Oh, I have 100.
Yeah, because
Wow.
today I think is the 100, so I think we're 98 now or 97. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And I was thinking this guy's from the beginning, from the first interview, I was
No
like,
way.
who is going to be 100?
100. Wow.
Because that's like big.
That's
100
massive.
interviews,
That's
yes, man.
massive.
It's
That's
massive.
That's
So,
massive.
like, it has to be like really something
Oh,
special,
massive.
something good,
That's
something like.
massive.
I mean,
That's
they're all
Juicy,
good.
juicy.
Something like
something like
special.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know, they're all good interviews. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
speak sincerely, but I thought something like 100 needs to be like,
Wow.
that's 100, man.
Wow.
You have
wow.
to stay here
Congratulations.
because he's a good
Beautiful.
cameraman.
Cameraman.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the title's
So the red
beautiful.
light's
The
off,
title's,
isn't it?
like, perfect.
Because
Are
it's
you kidding
truth.
me? That's perfect.
That is the truth.
That's perfect.
That's the truth.
You're a problem for the system.
Well,
You're a problem for the system.
I don't want to kind of have a radar on my back, you know what I mean? So,
The glitch in the
Right.
matrix is
It's
big
rising.
radar. That's big radar already.
Yeah.
but that's
That's like a-
apparently what happens here.
That's what
you know
happens.
I mean?
That's what happens.
That's what happens. So you want to find like, you want to realize the inner Neo within,
The in and
or maybe that's title. Huachuma Wasi, the glitch in the matrix, hyphen, realizing the Neo
near
within. That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's like a man.
But you know, YouTube gives you only 100 characters for title, so I need to make sure it's all
make
fits.
sure it's okay.
But
No, it's good.
it's good.
That's
I
very
like
good.
it.
That's very good. The glitch in
I
the
like
matrix,
it.
finding the
Yeah,
neo
realizing the inner
Re-
Neo,
realizing
or the
the-
Neo
the
within,
Neo
realizing the Neo within.
realizing the neo within.
Yeah.
Realizing
That's
the neo,
good.
That's beautiful.
I guess
Realizing
good.
the neo
Man.
within.
I think it's very good.
You come here, you
Throwing-
take. Is it the blue pill he takes?
No, the red
He
one.
takes the red. No, here is the red pill.
That
Here
is-
you
that's
get,
what it is, yeah.
Here you get red pilled.
That's a red
But-
pill. But that's a real red
but-
pill, right there, guys.
That's the red pill.
This is the red pill, guys. What you see in the movie, it's only a symbolic awakening.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the real awakening.
Yeah.
But that is
And-
symbolically a
Totally,
red pill.
absolutely. And the clause should be, I think, like on the website, the clause should be like, if you wake up, guys, you can't go back to sleep.
Well,
if you
that's...
take the red pill,
You,
it's
once,
like,
once
once
Why
you
would
in,
you want?
Once you in, there's no way back.
I mean,
Well, why would you
no,
want?
you don't want, but then you have to work with the realizations that you have in a world that is fast asleep. That's the challenge. Is to
That's
be
the
awake.
challenge. You have
That's
to
the
be awake
challenge,
in the
to be
matrix.
awake. It's a big challenge because then you stand alone, and you need
But
resistance.
you're not alone, man. We are a network.
I know,
Even
but
though
like
we're
in the
far,
masses, like
But
in,
yeah,
in,
you're
like,
there alone.
in the masses.
But now you're not
No,
alone.
now
There's
you have
so many
connection.
people come
Yes.
here. You have a
so
connection
many
there.
connections.
People, this is like Huachuma
No, you
Wasi
have a
there.
tribe. No, you have
You have a
tribe,
tribe
absolutely,
there.
Yeah, you
absolutely.
got a
This is your
tribe.
tribe.
Absolutely, you have a tribe.
This is the people
Absolutely.
to do things with.
Totally. Yeah.
These are your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
with whom you share spirit.
Mhm,
Yeah.
There are other friends too, but
Totally, yeah.
it's not as deep as this.
Mhm.
So there is place for other friendships too, but
Yeah.
if you want to feel, if you want to share something sacred, you can share with people with whom you share sacred space.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like logical.
Yeah.
It cannot be different.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
this is the people
Yeah.
and people who came before connecting
Yeah.
to you. You know,
Yeah.
and then people who will come through you. This
Yeah.
is your tribe.
Yeah.
You're growing your tribe there
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
awakened
Yes,
people
yes, yes, yes.
with whom you can do
Yes,
medicine,
yes,
with whom you can do things.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
spend time
Yeah.
together. You know,
Yeah.
just spend time in nature, something, gather or do something. You know what I mean?
That's important. is
To connect.
To connect with tribe when
Yes.
you go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't feel alone.
You don't feel alone, and it strengthens your realizations
connection, yeah.
and your connection. It reinforces, because it can get, the path can be, and this is essential. I think a lot of, like, in the spiritual text, they talk about this. The initial phases of the path can sometimes be quite alienating and lonely, and like going against the grain.
I've
Yeah.
been
And
there
being
for all
shamed
my
and
life.
excommunicated.
Yeah.
Like, it is an
Yeah.
essential. It seems as though, like looking at a lot of the text, it seems as though it's almost like a prerequisite for the path. Is you're willing,
That's a test?
willing to go against the
Yeah.
grain, willing to resist slave mentality,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to resist.
And being alone within yourself and kind of still believing what you're believing against the peer pressure. It's a test. That's how you've been tested. And then when you pass the test, you explode into tribe.
Wow.
You explode into like, oh my god,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I made it.
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah.
I'm not alone anymore. I have now everything.
Yes.
But I was like
Yes,
this lonely for like all my life before I
Yeah.
met Clemens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my life.
Yeah.
Loneliness,
Lonely.
Like, and I had friends and I had girlfriends. And like you fell in the World Cup. That's how I feel everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
But this is the
like,
point you need to break through, because a lot of people can stop their search prematurely.
there.
They can stop there because they feel lonely. They feel like something wrong with you.
Yeah,
I'm
criticized,
the only one.
misunderstood.
Everyone,
Yeah.
I'm different. But
They
you-
believe in this, so they should be right.
But
you
the
know?
thing is, you weren't born to be the same. You were born to be different. Like, your blueprint is unique. Your life is unique. So if you're feeling indifference, within reason, you should actually lean into this. And plant medicine helps to reinforce your own truth and your own realizations and your own connection and your own understandings.
Beautiful.
That's very beautiful. It's like, I think we need to wrap it up somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the car is coming,
Yeah,
my
car's
medicine
coming.
is there, like,
Yeah,
like out
yeah,
of
so-
fire. You know, there's like people right
My hands are going numb.
Oh, hands are going
My
down
hands
too.
are going numb.
The cameraman, not used to it. Yeah, it's a new job. New job.
You know, yeah, I understand. So what would you like to wrap it up with?
Honestly, I want to honor your path. I want to honor your pain, your sacrifices. I want to honor that you followed through with your call. And as a result of your sacrifice and your pain and your suffering and your following truth, we all eat and enjoy of that fruit.
Yeah.
We all eat and enjoy from that fruit, and we all have access to spirit through your story. So honor your path. I appreciate you in my life. I appreciate you as a good mentor, a good father, a good friend, a good leader, a good everything, really.
Thank you, I really appreciate that. And just to kind of add to it, it's like, you know, that's true, there was a lot of sacrifices on the path. And at that time, when they were made, they felt painful. And that's a real sacrifice, when it has to be painful. Otherwise, what are you sacrificing, you know?
Yeah.
But you know, all the sacrifice, all the pain, everything that you hear in the book, and there was more. All of them put together are literally such a small payment just to have my children and my family and, you know, the life I created here. It's just like, you know, when I look back, it's like, yes, it was painful at the time. And yes, it was, you know, divorces and broken hearts and leaving and maybe it's like everything, you know what I mean? Like moving countries again and again. It's like all in search of this. It was painful. It was lonely. It was painful. It was sad. It was like at times look crazy, you know. People were like, "Oh, this guy's crazy," you know. But all of this, misunderstood. But all of this, like, this is like such a small payment for just having the love of my family and sharing the medicine with good people.
Yeah.
This is like so rewarding, guys, that I can't even, like, it's good that I even wrote the book just to remind me of the pains, because it's so much far in the past that it's just like, oh, okay, it's there, it's been written, you know. But it's just like to encourage you, to inspire you to not being afraid to do sacrifices that are needed, because you will be rewarded at the end, and not at the end, at some point when you still can enjoy life, you know. So just trust that, and you know, walk your path with trust, as we were talking with Janica. You need to trust your path and not being afraid to do sacrifices. That's powerful, guys, because that will reward. You will be rewarded in one way or another. You will be happy at some point, and you'll say, thanks to all this, I'm now happy. And that's important. Just to say it, I'm happy, this is like so big, man. This is like to say I'm truly happy in my life after all.
Yes.
It's like, are you serious? This is like, man, servant for life.
Yeah.
You know, servant of the spirit for life.
Beautiful.
So that will, I think, will be great point to end this talk, which was supposed to be a minute.
Yeah, it goes.
It's already an hour. It's already an hour, man. It's been 3 hours talking. I feel like I need some water here. It's like there's no more water here.
Some tea.
Some You know, but it was good
Yeah.
talk, and that's 100. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's just amazing.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Ivan the Great, for
Ivan the Great.
you know, making
cameraman.
this happen. The
Yes,
cameraman.
yes.
You know, it's so good.
Don't stop yet.
They have don't yet.
Like,
It was so good to have the backup.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for your time. We love your conversation. Let's enjoy the weekend, and we'll miss you on Monday, guys. Monday you'll be already far
Yeah.
away from us,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we'll be there,
we'll be mentally with you
mentally
guys.
there. Yeah, for sure.
By the river.
By the river.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. River always stay with
All
us.
right,
in
yeah.
nature.
Amazing.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys,
thank
and
you
you
very
too.
much, Don Miguel.
Gracias.
Zaka,
Gracias.
Gudricek.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gracias. Gracias.
You made it, man. 10
Gracias.
years. 10 years.
Gracias.
10,
Yeah.
10 years Huachuma Wasi.
Gracias.
You know, friend, guest, I don't know.
Amazing,
You know,
amazing.
so call yourself what you want. So.
He didn't want to say Don Miguel when I first got here. He said, no, you need to stay, then we work up to it. I'm like, come on, Sergey, man. It's like, I want, like,
I already worked
I'm
it
like, I
out.
want it. It's like, no, man. It's like, come, stay,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Say.
Hey, been away what? Like 7
You
years.
gotta
Well, no, you came last year, but short. Yeah, it was short.
But man, it's like, man, I gotta go again.
It's got to earn
Push
your
my
name,
flight.
man.
I'm gonna change flights now just to get Don
Just to
Miguel.
get Don Miguel.
No, Sergey,
It
come
is
on.
what it is.
It doesn't give out like too easy badges.
No.
Nothing
You have to
easy.
work,
No,
man.
you have
You
to
have to
like,
work.
okay.
It's
all
true.
right, all
You have to
right.
work.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to
All
work.
right, all right.
You have to earning.
gotta earn.
Earning. Sounds good, guy. Okay, let's
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left of what? Of battery? Of
Battery.
Of battery?
Yeah.
Of memory?
Yeah, 2 minutes 27
Something.
left of
Oh,
something.
amazing! It worked out
Yeah,
perfectly.
perfect, yeah.
Perfect,
Yeah,
so
it's
meant to be.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Gracias,
Okay.
gracias,
Thanks,
gracias.
guys.
So maybe for this minute you can just like throw our place around, kind of give it like people
Little
Yeah, just a
tour.
little-
tour.
a tour of Huachuma Wasi. Yeah,
Shout
of the
out to
cactuses. Yeah, of course, my baby. Of course, wow.
Beautiful.
You know,
Little
amazing,
angel.
amazing.
Little angel, yes.
Beautiful. Thank you, guys.
And you sat with that all this time. That's amazing.
She was popular. She was popular.
Сергей, S как Сергей. Ой, а я Геннадьевна.
I even in my passport, like I kept my middle name Gennadievna. It's a long name.
People, nobody can pronounce it.
No.
The Americans also they can pronounce.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
what?
Grigorievich.
Grigorievich.
Georgievich,
No,
Grigorievich.
Grisha.
Grisha.
His name is Grigorich.
Grigorievich.
Grigorievich
Is
is
a
after the father.
son of Gregory. Grigorievich, son of Gregory. Grigory.
Very similar to my surname.
Which one?
Gergis.
Georgis.
Yeah, not that far. Georgis and Grigor. But no, like, Georgis is your last name.
Yeah.
This is my father's name.
Oh, that's your father's name.
Baronov is the
Last name.
Sergey Gregory Baronov.
Oh, Baron's the last. Oh, that's your
Baron.
middle name. Oh, okay.
Middle
My
name.
middle name is Adele.
Of your father. Yeah.
Gergis is his father. That's his father's name.
One last goodbye.
Okay.
Bye
Ciao,
guys.
ciao, ciao,
I'm
ciao.
gonna say goodbye
Thank
then.
you for
Ciao, ciao.
listening and watching us. Thank you.
Yeah.